Hi all and welcome to the Intel portion of the show. First I need to cover something before we go into the Intel, because the threats on our team have ramped up considerably. Many others are now bubbling to the surface, the threats. As mentioned in the first portion, the Clinton body count appears to increase by the week, and yet still we see no affirmative actions by those who are paid to defend us, whether that be military, government, agencies or police. Although, to temper that, we are gaining momentum within those circles. But it's often overlooked by many in the alternative media that we are actually in a war. And I mean a war. People are being killed, left, right and centre. A lot of it hidden, and a lot of it not. But the desire for information or finer details in questions, I find, is not reflective of us being in a war situation at times. It's not being considered. All of us put ourselves at risk for your benefit, and the alternative media in general, and the listeners, I feel, need to stop and think before asking certain leading type questions. Now, this show is one of the very few that is accountable to its listeners. We have the question and answers section at the end of the show, or most shows anyway. But asking who is who and wanting to know how this and that works, plus strategies for counteracting the cabal, to me are not sensible questions to be asking at this point. And I mean at this point. This show puts out more than most, but I am aware that that leads to an increase of curiosity and subsequent questions. More questions than answers, I get that. But I'm asking you all to think first before putting me or any other show host on the spot with anything that's related to what's ongoing. General questions are fine. I always encourage questions. There are times when I encourage all questions. But at the moment, we are in a critical point in everything, and discretion is required. We are too close in many aspects now to risk outing wrong stuff. People would say, well, you just don't answer the question. But sometimes what you don't say, telling also. And that's where you have to look at the questions you're asking. And it also putting the people, the very people who deliver you the information, in more danger than they currently are. I will repeat, this is a war. And it's a war we are winning on many levels. But we have to be a little bit more clever in the way we are asking questions. Right, let's get into the intel. Now, there was many of you seen that Mr. Trump is now in the UK. We will get full details of what's taken place in that. I haven't had time since I got home to get an update on that, but we'll have it in due course. But by all accounts, Trump rolled the NATO crew over the coals, and we'll see what that leads to. Maybe like part of the UN, we will fully pull out of NATO as well. Time will tell. But Trump and Melania were on high alert this morning, as you can see from the pictures of them getting off one of the Air Force Ones. There was two, as one of them was being used as a distraction at the time. Such was the threats that were ongoing, and Trump turned up an hour late due to these issues. Now, some of the threats, of which there were many, and one of them was an air attack when Trump was meeting the Queen. Of course, the Queen in her past role has not been too kind to the people, but we have to say, from the evidence that I've been shown, currently she's helping the people and not the cabal. She is a sovereign, and so she can override and block a lot of the operations that they will put forward. That's probably why when Trump is meeting her, it's like killing two birds with one stone, where the cabal are. But again, this is the way these people react.